Welcome to Made-in-Alberta. I'm Barb Allard, and we're talking about food. What does food have to do with energy? Well, it takes energy to produce and transport the food that we need to live. The farther that food has to travel, the more greenhouse gases are emitted. Over the last century, we became increasingly reliant on food that comes from somewhere else. Many Albertans believe that we've gone too far in this direction and are taking steps to reconnect with food grown in and around their own communities.
We go through different phases in agriculture, and one phase, probably from the 40s up to the 80s, was maybe more monocropping, maybe not as much diversification, trying to get the right economies of scale to actually be successful in farming. And for some farmers that works very well, and for other farmers they might want to consider this whole concept of diversification.
Wesley Johnson is team leader for Alberta Agriculture's Regional Cuisine Initiative. Wesley, what is the Regional Cuisine Initiative?
Well, what we're trying to do with the Regional Cuisine Initiative is build new business and expand business on local sourcing, and that comes down to local ingredients being traceable back to family farms or regions in Alberta, and we're looking at developing business linkages between local farmers and restaurateurs.
Why is it important to advocate for local buying of regional foods?
From the farmer's perspective, it gives them more control over whom they're selling to and servicing and talking to that client, so he can get a good feel for what the needs and maybe be able to tap into that and diversify himself. From a restaurateur's perspective, it's fresh, high-quality ingredients. It's being able to offer something that maybe isn't being offered anyplace else. From the average consumer, supporting local businesses is good for the social fabric of that community. It provides jobs. It's local businesses supporting local businesses. We all want that for our family, for our friends, and for our business partners that are in the communities.
Did you know that each piece of imported produce travels up to 4,000 kilometers before it gets to your plate? Next week, we'll learn more about how the Regional Cuisine Initiative is whetting our appetite for Alberta food products. City Farm is located on the outskirts of northeast Edmonton, some of the best farmland in Alberta. It's a place for city folk to experience the realities of life on the farm.
City Farm Edmonton is all about a place where people can come to connect. And it's about connecting with our local land. It's about connecting with agricultural realities. It's about connecting with food and learning about where our food comes from, how food is produced, developing some skills to enable one to produce some of their own food. Well, City Farm is in its first year right now, and so we've begun by really engaging young people, children and youth from the northeast part of the city, and particularly the Evergreen Trailer Park, to be involved here at the very grassroots level. So this year we've had kids come out and they've been able to explore the site through a variety of activities and begin to work with different materials, including straw bales. We've built a raised mandala garden. They've been able to begin to use tools. They undertook a building project, building their own barn. We built a clay oven.
This land, donated by local farmers, is special in many ways.
We're located on the edge of the North Saskatchewan River on the Visser Farm, and this is some of the most interesting agricultural land in Alberta because the soil is wonderful. It's very deep. It's excellent quality soil, as well as the fact that we're in an ecologically rich zone. All of the life of the river valley is here. There's very well-developed forest here. Some of it original forest that hasn't been cleared. Some of the oldest trees in Alberta are here.
This area is also a great place to connect with our history.
Lots of Aboriginal history in the area, lots of history of European settlement in the area, many farm families that have been on this land for a long period of time, many market gardens that are feeding the people of Edmonton.
City Farm is based on a European model. It's the first of its kind in Canada, and they have big plans for the future.
The possibilities for City Farm Edmonton are so many. We get so excited when we begin to sit down and when we dialogue with community partners. We really look forward in the long term to creating a wonderful model mini working farm where people can come, children, youth, adults, and participate in really basic agricultural activities, be that planting and growing and harvesting food, be that crafts, be that alternative building technologies that have a sustainability focus, to really create a living sense of what's possible and how wonderful it can be, you know, on this very gorgeous piece of land that we're lucky to be on.